This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Tonight on 39 Dunedin News, thousands line city streets and pack the Octagon as the triumphant Highlanders celebrate their victory. A formal welcome for visiting students, the product of one of our sister city relationships. And local musicians gathered to raise money for families affected by the South Dunedin floods. Good evening, Dunedin. I'm Rebecca Dupree. Rugby fans turned out en masse to salute the champion Highlanders. Donning their blue and gold, thousands packed the Octagon to celebrate the team's maiden Super Rugby victory. And it was a chance for the team to show their appreciation for the local support they've received all season.
Deafening cheers as the Highlanders make their way through the Dunedin CBD. Cutting through the blue, gold and maroon crowd gathered to celebrate the team's first ever Super Rugby title success. And co-captain Ben Smith says it's overwhelming to see so many people out supporting them, not only now, but all season.
You know, it's such a great time and we've really enjoyed all your support and we've definitely heard it through last week and yeah, we've got the best fans in the world, that's for sure.
Mayor Dave Cull agrees, taking the time to congratulate the boys and support staff on rallying the region together. And to give back to their dedicated fans, the team showing off their abilities off the field.
We will rock you. Rock you harder than a Atari train. Rock you hard, 'cause that's our game. Highlanders, we will rock you.
Met with raucous applause from the crowd of dressed-up fans, with even Robbie Burns kitted out for the occasion. And the parade's perfectly timed for the team's youngest supporters, happy using their holiday time to see the boys.
Came up here to support the Highlanders, how they won, how they went up to Wellington and actually won the game.
To support the best Super 15 team in the world. Because they deserve to win, they deserve to get the cup and I wanted to see it.
And celebrations look set to continue for the team as well as the fans, just as long as the vocal cords hold out. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
A 22-year-old man accused of murder has been remanded in custody. He appeared in the Dunedin District Court charged with murder and wounding with intent to cause grievous bodily harm. He did not enter a plea and has been granted interim name suppression. His court appearance comes after an incident in Waldronville on Friday night in which a 48-year-old Dunedin woman was found dead and another man found injured. The murder accused will reappear in the Dunedin High Court on July the 21st. The Dunedin-Shanghai sister city relationship is being bolstered by a group of visiting Chinese students. They've been formally welcomed to the city by local Maori leaders and the mayor, and they're looking forward to an extremely hands-on experience while they're here.
Mingling in the Mayor's Lounge, visiting Shanghai University students meet and greet after being officially welcomed to the city. They're spending a couple of weeks in Dunedin, learning about the business world and getting first-hand experience with internships.
This is the first year we've done that and we think it's a nice way for the students, especially because they're university students, to get a taste of Western business culture.
Reid hopes the internships will give them a better understanding of Dunedin as well, with each placement chosen to reflect the students' studies. This is the second year Shanghai scholarship students have visited the city, and a second batch of high school students will come over in August.
But there are actually 14 now because we now have 7 sister schools in Shanghai, so we're bringing 2 out from each of those schools.
Reid says exchanges like these are great for building the Dunedin-Shanghai relationship, and she's excited to get the visitors diving headfirst into student life here with a campus orientation. The DCC's glad to see young Shanghai residents in the city, as they're the future of the Dunedin-China relationship.
in the last 3 or 4 years it has strengthened considerably, and now we're moving into a more detailed relationship. Before we'd been building up trust between the two cities, and now there is a real sense of trust.
It's hoped that'll help build up education, business and cultural ties between Dunedin and Shanghai, all helping this small city to work closer with one of the world's superpowers. David DeLorean, 39, Dunedin News.
The spate of car thefts in South Dunedin is continuing, with the area around Hillside Road the latest hit. A silver Peugeot is yet to be recovered after it was taken from the Pack and Save car park on Friday. And on nearby Bayview Road, a blue Ford truck has also been reported stolen. A police spokesperson reminded owners to lock their cars and remove valuables, given the area had been hit more than once in the last week. Victims of flooding in South Dunedin are getting a financial boost thanks to local musicians. A benefit concert has been held to emphasise the significance of the floods, and it's not just flood-affected locals who stand to gain from it.
Rocking out for flood relief. Local musicians perform at a South Dunedin benefit concert. It's been put together to help people struggling in the aftermath of major flooding. And organisers are thrilled to have raised more than $1,000.
The money will be going into the official Dunedin flood appeal, so that people could then, so that will be used to support people affected by the flood.
Alan wants to bring the South Dunedin community together to help out anyone who needs support. He says the flooding's a major event for the area, and he's hoping this concert will emphasise that, because even he was hit by the disaster.
We had water around our property, and it didn't come inside, thankfully, but certainly there wasn't a dry area of our property.
While he escaped the worst of the damage, many locals didn't. So Alan's thrilled to see 150 people turn out to support the benefit gig. He says the attention's good for the local acts as well. Another benefit to the concert he put together.
It was a few days after the flood. I was just thinking, well, I'm a musician, I'm an artist, photographer. What can I do to help? And I just contacted a few friends, and we've been able to pull this all together.
Alan expects all the money raised will be a big help for struggling South Dunedinites. A bit of good news after a lot of bad. David DeLorean, 39, Dunedin News.
Still to come on 39 Dunedin News, we find out what city businesses think of the City Council. And a 125-year celebration depicts the life and times of being visually impaired.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Wake up time and another frantic day ahead for Haraway's Oat Singles. With 3 delicious flavours in each pack, they don't last long with this family. They're so convenient and tasty, and they're ready in seconds. Haraway's Oat Singles are the ideal breakfast or snack on the run for today's busy families. And there's a flavour to suit everyone. Beat the rush and make sure you get your favourite flavour. Haraway's Oat Singles. Try new Kiwi Favourites Caramel Variety Pack.
Discover New Zealand's most innovative museum, Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. 14 stunning galleries, 3 distinct architectural styles, and 1 million intriguing stories are yours to discover at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. Open daily next to Dunedin Railway Station and with free admission. Toitu Otago Settlers Museum.
Take one life in order to save another? Welcome to the ambiguities of law. Because whilst the law may be clear, there is still room for both yes and no.
What? No!
The decision will depend on logical thinking and the art of argument. And this is what we learn at New Zealand's first and world-renowned law faculty.
You can stop now.
I'm Latafale, and this is my place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Moving around the corner, overseas, Best Removals Otago Limited, specialists in household removals and business relocations, as well as packing materials, secure storage. Best Removals can do it all. 0800 266 834.
For 30 years, Southern Clams have harvested New Zealand littleneck clams in the coastal waters of Otago. Hand harvesting to order at the right place and time ensures perfection of every clam you eat. New Zealand littleneck clams, harvested for you by Southern Clams.
Hedges are something we almost take for granted. A good hedge needs regular maintenance to look its best and to add value and character to your property. For all your hedge care needs, call the team at SGC Services on 0800 783 453.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Welcome back. Basketball Otago is back in local hands. The organisation has been under Basketball New Zealand's control for the past few months. That's because of ongoing financial issues amounting to more than $180,000 of debt. But locals are now back in charge with only a bit of paperwork standing between them and full control. Basketball Otago's board chairman says the group's final payments to creditors are being processed and all debt should be taken care of within the next couple of days. And on that note, let's take a look at today's markets. The NZX 50 has closed the day down 64 points. It's now at 5,777. The Nikkei has taken a bit of a dive. It's down 490 points. And to the exchange rates, the Kiwi dollar is unchanged against the pound. We're up against the Australian and the yen. We're down against the greenback and the euro. Local business people have been surveyed about their satisfaction in dealing with the City Council. It's highlighted room for improvement, and council staff are working to make business interactions easier. Simon Pickford is the council's General Manager of Service and Development, and he joins us to explain. Good evening, Simon.
Good evening.
Tell us about the business satisfaction survey.
The business satisfaction survey was the first time we'd really done something as big as this, looking at how we're doing basically with our business community. So we do a lot of surveying of our residents, seeing how we're doing generally. But this is the first time we'd gone out on such a big scale and asked the business community how we're doing.
How many surveys did you send
out? Just over 1,200.
And how many were received?
A really good response. We were so pleased, about 26%, which for a survey like this was a really good response rate.
Oh, goodness. Well, what do businesses like about their dealings with the council?
It might surprise some people, but people actually enjoy dealing with council staff. They found council staff in general very helpful, very friendly and approachable, which was heartening to see.
What things do they want to see improvements?
It's things around our process, no surprise really. We have a problem with our consistency. What people want when they come to us is a consistent approach. So they want to get a consistent set of answers. They want to understand the rules that we're applying and how we're applying them. I think at the bottom of it, though, is communication. We need to communicate better with our customers, explain why we're making the decisions we're making, and bring them along with us. It's easy to become a regulator and say, well, no, you can't do that. But they need to understand maybe why, and maybe there's a reason we could maybe get round and make a solution happen for them, but not in the way they thought originally.
So what's being done to address that?
We're doing a lot of work around our processes, a lot of work around our communications. The line we have to walk, council as a regulator has to walk that fine line. We want to be business friendly, we want to be customer friendly and help with our customers. But we have at the same time to maintain the regulatory role, and that's a fine line to walk. So it's about helping customers understand the hoops they have to jump through. Maybe it's aligning the hoops and getting them to jump through all at once and easing them across the line. So that's where we're focusing our energy.
What are the sort of things that businesses come to the council for?
It's a whole myriad of things. What I'm really focused on at the moment is helping those small to medium-sized businesses. So it's things like, you take an example of a hairdressers or beauticians. They want to open a business, but it's quite often things like building consent, a resource consent. They might have to touch on the environmental health side as well as signage. So it can be a whole myriad of things. It can be something simple, or opening a new business in a new premise. That can be a lot of different consents to get.
What sort of council projects are in place already to help businesses?
We're working on a number of things. We have something called Red Carpet, so for big projects. So it might be a large franchise store coming to town. We need to make sure all those consents are aligned, and so we work very closely with businesses, developers, and making sure that they are smooth through the process, because we recognise the economic benefit to the city. But what we're moving into now is maybe the small to medium-sized businesses. And so it's setting up case management meetings at the very beginning so that people understand what they're up for when they start.
How does the council, the DCC, fare against other councils in the country when it comes to business satisfaction? That's always a challenge. The survey that we did looked at how we were doing. It didn't look at, it wasn't benchmarked against others, but we're working very closely with the other councils in the region so that we are at least measuring the same kind of thing, so we can get an idea of how we're doing. And we all recognise some things we do individually very well and some poorly, and we want to learn off each other. From the DCC, Simon Pickford, General Manager of Service and Development, thank you so much for your time. Thank you. After the break on 39 Dunedin News, we take a look at an exhibition through the eyes of a blind person, and we'll find out which teams came out on top in the weekend's premier club rugby matches.
Do you want support for your breathing? You are not alone. In New Zealand, over 600,000 people have some form of breathing difficulty, especially with the high pollen season in New Zealand. Puff Plus is an excellent natural product developed to support lung function and breathing difficulties. Puff Plus is so effective, you get a no questions asked, money back guarantee on the first purchase. Give it a go, you have nothing to lose. Call now, 0800 502 402. Take as directed. If symptoms persist, see your healthcare professional.
I understand now how economics can affect global warming.
And I found out how grass growth in New Zealand affects Fashion Week in Milan. I can even tell you how smartphone technology affects the survival of mountain gorillas.
Sorry. Because at the Otago Business School, it's not just about the world of business, it's how business affects the world.
I'm Kim. Michaela.
David. And this is our place in the world.
Take your place in the world.
Quality Tailors, the alterations specialists, adjusting alterations made to measure. Quality Tailors, fitting Dunedin for over 15 years. Call 477 8028 162 Princess Street, one shop down from Darling Street.
Sweet dreams. Sweet dreams.
Discover New Zealand's most innovative museum, Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. 14 stunning galleries, 3 distinct architectural styles, and 1 million intriguing stories are yours to discover at Toitu Otago Settlers Museum. Open daily next to Dunedin Railway Station and with free admission. Toitu Otago Settlers Museum.
Wake up time and another frantic day ahead for Haraway's Oat Singles. With 3 delicious flavours in each pack, they don't last long with this family. They're so convenient and tasty, and they're ready in seconds. Haraway's Oat Singles are the ideal breakfast or snack on the run for today's busy families. And there's a flavour to suit everyone. Beat the rush and make sure you get your favourite flavour. Haraway's Oat Singles. Try new Kiwi Favourites Caramel Variety Pack.
Every reason, every season, we're proud to dress the region. Alex Campbell Menswear, it fits.
Pregnant? Need to talk? 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Pregnancy counselling services are here to help. It's free, it's confidential. Call us now on 0800 773 462.
Welcome back. An important milestone for the nation's Blind Foundation is being celebrated locally. The organisation's 125th anniversary is providing an occasion for a new exhibition and is giving the public a glimpse into the trials and triumphs of the visually impaired.
A tactile tour through history. Braille, as well as other visual and oral displays, are being used to celebrate a Blind Foundation anniversary. A lot of effort's gone into the Dunedin exhibition, as local guide dog instructor Wendy Malberg-Hecker explains.
It's come from all over. A lot of these things have been kept, you know, sort of in archived folders and boxes and, you know, in storage units, etc. And yeah, so it's just been about a year, I think, of pulling all of these things together.
The walk down memory lane is possible thanks to donations by residents of photographs, newsletters and posters from the Foundation's past. And for Hecker, the history of guide dogs is a particular highlight.
It's been exciting to see, you know, old photographs of the Guide Dog Center when it was first built, and lots of the equipment that was used back in those early days, the equipment that's used for fundraising. So that's been really kind of fun for me to see where we've come from.
She says some of the old school machinery on display is an eye-opener for staff who are interested in better understanding the different ways the Foundation's helped people over more than a century.
To see a lot of the old equipment come out and be displayed, that people have been using Braille machines, and just, you know, all the ways that we've helped people here in New Zealand to maintain their connection to the community.
This is just the beginning of local anniversary celebrations, with planning underway for events later in the year. Residents have a month to experience the public showcase, which gives an insight into life without sight. Ruby McAndrew, 39 Dunedin News.
And now recapping tonight's top stories on 39 Dunedin News. Rugby fans have filled the central city with a parade celebrating the Highlanders' success during the Super Rugby final. The Dunedin-Shanghai sister city relationship is being bolstered by visiting tertiary students who are preparing to take part in business internships. And flood victims in South Dunedin are receiving an $1,100 financial boost thanks to a benefit concert held in the city. It's time now to find out what's going to be in tomorrow's Otago Daily Times, and Phil Somerville joins me. Good evening.
Yes, hi Rebecca. Well, of course, there's the big parade and the people of Dunedin saluting their rugby heroes. Also an interesting story following up the television last night, the claims about the poisoning case in Annette Bauer. The doctor involved in that dismisses those claims, says they're rubbish.
Very interesting article.
Yeah. Travel's tomorrow, Alaska. Alaska's always interesting with its glaciers and so on. And I looked at our story list for tomorrow, and I haven't seen the story yet, but there is one about a deer on the loose in Mosgiel, so I look forward to seeing that.
What's going to be in tomorrow's editorial?
It's about rights, responsibilities and rules and respect. And it's talking about schools and the hassle they're having with pupils and parents, and basically says it's all gone too far and that we do need to balance all those 4 R's.
Well, those things, that'll be a good read. Thank you, Phil. That's tomorrow's ODT. Time now for local weather. Tonight's city view is taken of the Upper Harbour. Lovely to see some blue sky in there. Wasn't very warm though, just 7 degrees recorded all across the city. Well, to the situation, in today's cold southwest flow will tend southerly tomorrow as an anticyclone develops in the South Tasman Sea. Around to some of the main towns on the lower South Island for tomorrow, that means snow, showers and southerlies everywhere. Highs of around 4 to 5 degrees for these towns. And snow showers and southerlies for Queenstown, Oamaru, Wanaka and Twizel, and around 4 to 5 degrees for these towns as well. In Dunedin tonight and all day tomorrow, unfortunately mostly cloudy with wintry showers, and snow and sleet showers as well, along with some gusty southerlies and an overnight low of 1 tonight, a high of just 5 tomorrow. On Wednesday, an improvement, snow showers clearing, cold southerlies easing and a high of 7. And finally to the Southern Clams tidal and fishing information. High tide tomorrow morning is at 10 to 8, low tide follows at 20 to 3. And fishing is a write-off tomorrow, a little bit like the weather. And Phil, did you catch the game on Saturday night?
Yes, I did. I loved it.
It was quite amazing, wasn't it? Extremely
Yep.
busy.
I actually went
It's
to
my
the town
official
hall
opinion.
and joined the crowds there. That was a good move.
Wonderful.
Great to join the people of Dunedin at the parade and the town hall.
Okay, great stuff. Well, that is local news for Monday. We will join you again tomorrow. Good night.
This 39 Dunedin News Bulletin proudly brought to you in association with Alex Campbell's Menswear.
Supporting local content so you can see more of New Zealand on air.
When you were here before, I couldn't look you in the eyes. You're just like an angel. Your skin makes me cry. You float like a feather in a beautiful world. I wish I was special. You're so freaking special. But I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. I don't care if it hurts. I wanna have control. I want a perfect body. I want a perfect soul. I want you to notice when I'm not around. You're so freaking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here? I don't belong here. Whatever makes you happy, whatever you want. You're so freaking special. I wish I was special, but I'm a creep. I'm a weirdo. What the hell am I doing here?
Welcome to Southern Attractions. Over the next half hour, we'll take you on a virtual tour of the historic city of Dunedin and its magnificent wild landscapes. We'll introduce you to many of the features that make this place so welcoming to visitors. And we hope this show will help you decide how to enjoy our city's many attractions and inform you more about Dunedin and Otago. At 46 degrees south, about halfway between the equator and the South Pole, sits Dunedin, also known as the Edinburgh of the South, or colloquially as Dunners, and the Maori name is Ōtepoti. It's the second largest city in the South Island of New Zealand and the principal city of the Otago region. It's considered to be one of the 4 main urban centres of New Zealand for historic, cultural and geographic reasons. The Dunedin urban area